I've come to a point now where there's really no going back. I was just getting in so much useless information about random people doing something somewhere with someone. If I had to manually do this using a transform effect like this app is, like this extension is doing, you know Premiere and you know Premiere keyframes, so I don't need to tell you what a tragedy that would be. Weekly Khud. A lot of recording has been happening here in the Khud lately. Yesterday I recorded for 2 hours my first YouTube video, which is going live on Thursday. Surely is going live on Thursday. I am sure I have to record one more section for that same video, but thankfully I have this standard template of a look now that every time, and even for the setup, that every time I do a record session will look more or less the same only, which is amazing, right? So there's no continuity issue. In this video I have to be very quick because it's already 9:20 a.m. on 27th March 2023. Firstly, 3D pilot video. In the last video I said how I'm working on my first ever animated short and I was all excited for it. So this is that pilot render that I made for the full-time job brand, and I loved it. I loved the process of making it. I loved everything about it, and I just want you to sit and just watch it for a while. So he takes a sip, zoop, and the environment changes. There's this spoon which is like hanging around out there. One amazing thing that I've learned here is how to have two HDRIs in the same Blender scene and how you switch between them. So you see this entire background is actually an HDRI and the environment is also from the HDRI, the background. And then here this is also an HDRI, and while the switch is happening, we keyframe one HDRI and then go into the other. I basically use the add shader or mix shader. So yeah, I'll probably at some point go into depth with how that video was made, like a breakdown of sorts. But secondly, closer than ever, this is about the YouTube video. As I said yesterday, I spent 2 hours recording the video and it's coming along very well, so I'm super excited for that. Third important point, deep work of social media. This is a very important point because I stumbled across Carl Newport. I think I even read Digital Minimalism to some extent. It was that time where I used to read non-fiction books a lot, so I read through a lot of authors and I wouldn't even realize I've read this person earlier. I came across one of his podcast videos and then I bought his book Deep Work, and it really struck me that the reason the YouTube channel and all these other extra things that I want to build my entire empire and everything is not working out is because there are way too many distractions in my life. So I just took that decision of I'm gonna get off social media and I'm gonna probably make a proper video and just put it on In The Khud why I'm quitting social media in 2023. I've come to a point now where there's really no going back. In terms of social media, the only active site I was on is Instagram. I was just getting in so much useless information about random people doing something somewhere with someone. That's just information that was not serving any purpose. Every time I would feel a little bored, I would go onto Instagram, start scrolling and watch some random reels or something. Even though it was not on my phone, and as compared to other people I was spending a lot lesser time, but even that little time, that little focus drift, I want to avoid. Every single day I want to have at least 3 to 4 hours of deep work without any sort of distractions. So what I did is I temporarily deactivated my account. So if you go onto Instagram and search for my name or click on one of the links on my portfolio or wherever, it's going to say user not found. And I'm going to continue this for a month, and then that post that I will just, maybe I will not delete the account, because the last time I deleted the account permanently, I kind of regretted it because my entire Les Mills journey and the feed and everything was documented on that. So I might not do that, but I'm not going to log in again and just fall back into its trap. Fourth point is Patreon page. So I was very seriously thinking about the fact that because the video is going to get like 30-35 minutes long, I could do like a gist video of 10 minutes on the YouTube channel and then direct people to Patreon where they can watch the entire 2-minute unedited video. But then later I came to the conclusion that it's not worth it. What I can do is in my YouTube video itself, I can in the first 1 or 2 minutes just give an entire gist, give like a 60-second recap of the entire video, and if somebody's really interested to watch, they will go ahead and watch the entire video. What it does is it affects the audience retention, because if it's a 30-minute video, not everyone is going to sit and watch through it. If audience retention is like 5%, 10%, it hurts the overall push that the channel gets. So I am still in two minds. I don't know if I should put the entire unedited video, like a 30-minute video, because people do put 30-minute tutorials also on YouTube. People even put 14 hours videos on YouTube, and imagine how much their audience retention is suffering. But I think Patreon at this point is a little unnecessary because A, I don't have an audience who's like so excited that they're gonna pay me every month for just watching the full-fledged content, and B, I want to just give away as much value as I possibly can without expecting anything in return, at least until I get the channel monetized, which is my very immediate goal at this point in time. The next point is Power Toys, Focus Timer, Reduce WhatsApp. So Power Toys is Microsoft's extension, but I don't know why they don't keep it in-house. You have to install it and all that stuff. Few good things actually. If you press Control twice, you have to enable Power Toys first. You get this kind of a spotlight thing. Window Shift H. After that you get circles on left click and right click. I don't think this is very useful, to be honest. And the most useful I found was Windows Control T. So what this does is it is as good as when VLC we make always on top. So now this window will always stay on top no matter what is happening. So this is like very useful kind of, and you get this blue border around just to indicate that always on top is toggled. Focus Timer, there is this Microsoft app which I installed for focus. It just gives you a timer, as simple as that. As I said, I want to have like 2 or 3 of such sessions every single day where I put this timer on and I only focus on like deep work that I want to do, whatever it is. It could even be making a full-time job video, which, thinking about it, this week I will have to do a lot of work for the full-time job as well, because one of my teammates is going to be on leave, and last week I was on leave, so that's going to be a scene. But one thing I also want to make sure this, I reduce WhatsApp. So what happens is the entirety of the full-time job happens on WhatsApp, and there are like, I don't know, a gazillion groups that I'm a part of, and sometimes I get tagged in those groups and it makes sense for me to go and check and like address that. But a lot of times I just go onto WhatsApp just to see what is happening, and I end up wasting a lot of time where I will just open a random group chat of somebody and reply to somebody's message privately in like a cheeky, sarcastic way, just because it is something that feels funny in my mind, and that like 99% of the time ends up coming off as like a very shallow thing to do. Like, it's not like once or twice it's fine, but to keep doing that all the time, kind of irritating as well. So I want to try avoiding that and open WhatsApp like only after my focus timer is done. If something super urgent, people can call me. That's a given. And finally, Drag Zoom Pro Premiere extension. I bought this extension yesterday. I bought this for like $45, and I think this is gonna turn out to be one of the best investments I've done. So I'll just give you like an example. I'll just mute this in that case. Let's say I want to zoom into your slider control here. So all these favorites that I've made. So I don't know, I have to like sort this a little bit, but EE plus EC top 45. If I just press this, what the hell happened? I think we're supposed to refresh first. I don't know why it does this thing. Yeah, if I just press this button, it will beautifully create a marker here and add like a zoom of this sort for me, where I can go about just doing whatever it is that I want to do, and then I can very easily either go to another section of the screen. So I could even go here. So from here, from this zoom level, I directly go to another fixed position, and then I can again zoom back to 100. So you see there's like a little bit of learning curve to it, but it is fantastic. If I had to manually do this using a transform effect like this app is, like this extension is doing, you know Premiere and you know Premiere keyframes, so I don't need to tell you what a tragedy that would be. Okay, now I'll quickly go through. Already hit 12 minutes, so I have like 20th, woke up at 3:40. Its nickname part is going very, very well, thank God for it, because it has really changed the way I am looking at life and now I'm operating in life. I feel so positive, I feel so fresh, it's amazing. Monday was a day of checking things out. I did a lot of things. I made an AHK script for ITK edits. I did the edit, motion application assignment, leave application, uploads done for dad's work. 21st March, butterflies in stomach, as I'm about to upload the pilot for the 3D video onto the group, the 3D video I showed. Okay, then I uploaded a bunch of episodes. 22nd Wednesday, probably the most difficult it's been so far getting through part. Almost died of exhaustion at the finish line. Was so sleepy, I slept at 6:30 itself. And turns out every time something like this happens where I'm super tired, exhausted, and I decide to sleep at 6:30 a.m. after the part, it is pretty much not needed, because the struggle is only up until the part, and once that is done and I have like a cup of coffee or go wash my face, I can easily stretch up to 9:30 without a problem. And then 9:30 I took snug down. 1 o'clock I went to Dr. Masuma to show the left hip flexor situation. There was nothing major messed up as I was imagining. Hip flexor was cramped, which he released by attaching needles in the area for about 40 minutes. Lying on the bed and staring at the ceiling for those 40 minutes was kind of difficult. Also, the knee was starting to hurt because some chain effect. Basically, every bone and muscle in the body is linked to each other through a continuous chain. So when one part, the hip flexor, for example, gets sore, other parts of the body start to overwork in order to compensate for the hip flexor. That's why there was knee pain in the side of my knee. Post that, went to jockey store to buy some clothes. The whole day spent with the sort of negative energy. Now this is something that's been continuing, a part of personal life, where Dadu's health hasn't been the best in the past 1 week, and there was a lot of negative energy where we were continuously concerned about him and his health. And thankfully his health has not deteriorated. It's not gone completely normal now, but we can say it's a bit stable now, so that is good. Did not get anything productive done except for trying some architecture building reference for 3D project that I will have to continue from today. 23rd was the leave season. Again, worked on for dad's work. These CG Dive Rigify course and things that I had to do for 3D, I couldn't do any of them throughout the leave because all I was working on, especially Saturday, Sunday, all I was working on is the YouTube scripting and then yesterday recording and everything. So that's that. 24th, completed making. Again, there was a lot of dad's work involved here. 25th March, Saturday, I've written down a bunch of things. Presence of Shabad in life is so wonderfully powerful. 12th engineering. I'll just put this here in case. Quick thought of setting up my Patreon page. I went through this briefly. I assumed I could get done with recording session 15 minutes. Naive. Drag Zoom Premiere Pro extension. Okay, I think I've covered everything that I wanted to. It's been a 16-minute video already, and I also have to figure out how I'm going to edit this video today and upload it at the same time because Monday is the deadline. You can't go post Monday for a vlog that was for last week. That's a rule for In the Khud. And 138 episodes of In the Khud is the reason why now that I'm starting back on my main YouTube channel, I am like super powerful and confident and equipped with all that is needed to get out there and rip it apart, if you will. Thanks so much for being in the Khud. I will catch you next week, and very positive about the fact that next week's In the Khud session is going to have a very strong reference of the fact that YouTube videos have started again on the main channel, and this time not to stop. Peace.